But that's just the type of gameplay that he pulls out today. We got the fist bumps in, the players are ready to go, and we've got the Dark Link choice from Deltaforce. Maybe feeling a little bit sinister today.
Perhaps he's trying to get some very dirty, naughty mix-ups in this bitch. Shoot, I'm sorry.
You're good.
But I guess as far as Deltaforce is going, the Dark Link might be indicative of how he wants to play this set.
Yeah, he might want to be disrespectful on him. Definitely expecting to pick up crazy reads like that up B right there.
That's how you know they played before, because that is not something you would do if that was a new person.
Yeah, or it is just because you just feel like, hey, I'm going to assert my dominance early. But it didn't end up working out, and you can already tell that Zomba does not care that he did that. He's just playing his game, trying to get up tilt up airs, but not quite connecting.
Yeah, despite the low mobility of Milk, despite the low mobility of Link, Zomba didn't really take advantage of it and just opted to play it safe, and that does end up in Zomba's favor.
Yeah, and one thing about Zomba is that when he has one opening, he tries to take that as far as he can. But look at him off this stage right now. Deltaforce cannot move right now.
Yeah, these nairs are suffocating. Nowhere to go, and he's happy not going to get the work, but Deltaforce might have paid for it with nothing, actually. He gets out nicely.
Yeah, and one thing to note about Zomba is that he plays Link a lot. That's one of his biggest secondary characters. I remember one of the first tournaments I watched Zomba play at, I knew he was a R.O.B player, but he was playing a set with Link, and I was like, who's Zomba in this set? I don't even know who he's playing.
Yeah, I mean, when someone switches off their main character, it can sometimes be hard to like tell the difference. It's like, not the difference, but it's unrecognizable. It's like, I feel like at a certain point, you recognize a player and you instantly associate him with the character. Like Deltaforce, we instantly were talking about Link. Zomba, we're instantly talking about R.O.B. Like at this point, they're intertwined with each other.
Yeah. All right. They're intertwining, but Deltaforce definitely has to be on top of his game. He's going to be Zomba right now because he is playing so well right now, and especially on hit, he is looking like every time you get hit, you're going to die.
That's very cheeky reversal there. We were talking about that Dark Link, and that's a very dark thing to do.
Yeah, that is the Elite Smash day one. Like, you get hit by that once, and you're like, oh, I have to respect that. Obviously, Zomba was respecting that. He was just going for a very risky option, and Deltaforce took advantage of it.
At that point, Zomba can afford, because that's, you can kind of think of it as a cash out, and he's dead, by the way. But I think Zomba was like, it was kind of a cash out situation where if you gamble on this and you get the win, it's just like, okay, you win, but if you lose, you still got 2 stocks.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty simple game plan. Like, when the more stock advantage you have, the more risky you can play. And Zomba understands that perfectly, like you said.
I also do think that like it does help with like adaptation as well, because if you're willing to go for that kind of stuff, but not in situations where you're even or something like that, it can kind of mess with the opponent because like they know that you wouldn't do that, and that's data that they kind of can't use on you anymore.
Yeah, Zomba has so many different options that he can choose in any situation that you kind of just have to be prepared for every single one.
Yeah, I gotta be honest, when you're fighting a player of this caliber, it's like, okay, you have this set amount of moves for the character, it feels like you got twice as much. It feels like you're playing Tekken against him.
Oh my God, yeah. Speaking of other video games, we are on a flat stage, so that's as close to Tekken as you can probably get in this game. So we're going to see how Deltaforce is able to use this flat stage FD to his advantage.
Pretty scrappy start, not anything too big. The footstool attempt on that down air, not going to come to fruition.
Oh, that is so risky there from Deltaforce. Trying to go high, catch Zomba off guard, but if you miss that, you could get punished, but Zomba messing up the punish uncharacteristically right there.
Yeah, that boomerang kind of made the ledge hang tricky as well. If you hung in that for too long, you just get hit.
Yeah, and like what we've been saying earlier with R.O.B has amazing anti-zoning tools. You want to be able to set up the boomerang, you can't. Oh my God.
Does that kill?
That does not kill yet.
With Rage, I thought it might.
It almost did, but, you know, Zomba's still out there trying to get back to the stage. Huge juggle situation, just getting hit by the frame traps from the up air. Huge damage from Deltaforce. He's close to taking the first stock in this game.
Yeah, I was going to say as well, Zomba has been really, really good at catching Deltaforce's jumps when it matters the most, but he might need that again because he's lost his first stock.
Yeah, and that's good old reliable KO confirmed for Deltaforce. We've been seeing him do that since the start of Ultimate, and just bringing it in against one of the best players in the world. He's got to be feeling comfortable right now.
The craziest down throw combo. You have to reverse that nair in order for it to be true.
And now Zomba's aware of those late aerials, so he might not get caught off guard by them again. We saw Deltaforce try to go for another one, didn't work out, and now it's time for Zomba to get an opening, but Deltaforce making it really hard on these recoveries to get caught out.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be such a big hitbox, and Rob is a character that, like, he has Nair, but that's not the thing you want to be using off stage, and otherwise, you're just a tad vulnerable.
Yeah, but Deltaforce loses that stock, but got 70% of extra credit in the meantime. That is a huge amount of damage. And these up airs have been so threatening for Zomba. Can't get down. Maybe he has to opt to not go for high recoveries like that.
I mean, he has to at this point. He's got no other options.
Yeah, I mean, he could do a few different options, but he's definitely choosing to go up in many situations just because that's where he's most comfortable.
I mean, yeah, if it doesn't work once, that doesn't mean it doesn't work twice. You just got to believe in the option at hand. And that's going to be a bomb train, but does not get the conversion.
Oh my God, that was so cool. He made it look like he was trying to hit Zomba with the arrow, misses him, hits the bomb, and then explodes the bomb. That was one of the coolest setups I've ever seen. Ends up getting the stock, and Deltaforce is looking like he is in his groove right now in this game number 2.
That was not even noticed by me, dang. Deltaforce is on a tear here already, 80% for Zomba, and Link is a devastating character when it comes to kill percent. This could be it in a hurry. But the footstool
was so good, and Zomba trying to go for the down air, expecting Deltaforce to go for an instant up B, but he mixes up the recovery again. His recoveries in this game number 2 have been catching Zomba off guard. Can't get a hold on his recoveries.
Oh, that's just done. He might have thought he had the bomb there, but it just was already on stage, nothing to do.
He was mixing up his recoveries so good, he mixed up himself.
Listen, that's what happens when you overthink the process. You think like, okay, he's going to do this, so I'm going to do this instead. But wait, what if we do this? And just like, by the time you finish thinking about that, wait a minute, I'm dead.
Having a game lead is nothing if you can't close it out. Deltaforce is close to closing it out, but hasn't yet. Has to find the final blow. It's all about the stock games in the end.
Man, how much Link would want to get a bigger bomb toss up? Because there's so many times I see in this game where the bomb is tossed up and it just could not catch Zomba. Like right there, he needs all that range and still couldn't catch him.
Deltaforce is making these high recoveries so hard for Zomba to deal with. Just making him guess at every point what he's going to do. Is he going to explode the bomb? Is he not? What's he going to do? Oh, didn't catch the landing, and Zomba gets back to stage. Now it's Zomba's turn to potentially get an opening here and a landing of his own.
I got to say, though, I feel like Zomba always has fuel in these situations.
Yeah, I mean, Rob has a suspicious amount of fuel. Like, you're like, oh man, he went through a tank of gas, and then he just finds more. He must do like some sort of regenerative braking. I don't know if anyone knows about how electric cars work, but the people in the chat who know what that is will definitely understand the bit I'm trying to go for.
Yeah, but I mean, you saw that bleeding. There's starting to be some blood in the battlefield as Zomba is trying to bring it back, but the bleeding has been stopped as Deltaforce gets his fair 2, which is going to help him out huge in this set.
Yeah, and you need to close out those games right there because Zomba was coming back. So being able to close that game is huge, but now has to try and get the counter pick advantage by winning 2 games in a row to win this flex game right here.
I mean, yeah, this game probably matters a good bit because the counter pick here could be catastrophic for Link especially, I feel, if you aren't able to get what you want.
Yeah, and Zomba already starting off with a huge opening, getting 77% unanswered, but now it's Deltaforce's turn, 37%.
Oh, caught the jump again. I was just talking about that. Deltaforce's jumps have been caught pretty often by Zomba, and that's going to lead to a stock.
Yeah, Deltaforce has been really good with the recoveries, but Zomba proving why he's one of the best players in the world. Doesn't matter how good your recoveries are, because his tools as R.O.B give you so much flexibility and gets that down there.
Yeah, I mean, Zomba's in a tricky spot right now, but the percent is not too bad for Zomba because, like, if you get hit by Link fair, you're still alive. Nothing Link has in that moment would kill you.
Yes, for sure. Doesn't, yeah, especially on a character like R.O.B, doesn't have a lot of options that kill at sub 100%. Gonna need to rack up a little bit more percentage before he's able to take this stock, but as he's trying to rack up percent, Zomba's been racking up percent of his own.
I mean, yeah, for sure. You can't just say, like, okay, I got this percent for free, because you're fighting, I mean, as we say so many times, that's the remember that the reverse up B. You said it's Elite Smash Day 1. He's kind of if you think that's Elite Smash Day 1, you got some choice words for the best.
No. That one wasn't Elite Smash Day 1. That was Elite Smash Day 13. But it's still a really good option. Like Day 1, they figured it out. That's a good option. Like Deltaforce definitely understands that too as well.
I mean, shoot. I mean, that's something that happens. Like, you want to go through these spaces of the game where it's like day 1 to year 5, and it's like, oh, wait a minute, the day 1 option suddenly becomes good again because it kind of reverses in on itself.
Yeah, for sure. And there's so much going on in these offstage situations.
Zomba just killed himself.
Yeah, there's literally so much going on that Zomba didn't even know how far down he was in that situation. Now it's time for Deltaforce to make a comeback trying to get a gyro combo there, but not quite getting it.
And we're starting to see like Deltaforce kind of pick up these low percents here. And at 40%, oh no, the bomb is not going to kill. I think that might have saved Deltaforce actually, because if the back air hit, that might have been the stock.
Yeah, but he was not in the spacing for the back air. I think Zomba was intentionally trying to explode the bomb. Didn't end up getting the stock, but puts him in an advantageous position. Still in the ledge trap situation from that bomb explosion, by the way.
I thought the bomb was going to come into play, but the Nair is going to take the stock. But Deltaforce just had too high a percent to make that recovery work, and Zomba gets the pickup after a wild game 3.
Yeah, I mean, that bomb exploded, sent him in the blast zone. We thought it was going to be it, but then it wasn't it, but it kind of was it, because Zomba just rinsed and repeated that situation until he got the stock on the other side anyways. So that just goes to show what kind of a player Zomba is. Sometimes you get a false finish and he ends up winning it anyways.
I mean, yeah, it's like I was kind of like asleep in the door a little bit. And it's like Zomba took himself out. It's like, wait, is this it? And it's like, no, it's not it, because Zomba's got it instead.
Yes. Okay. Going into game number 4 here. This is Deltaforce's winner's side life on the line. Needs
he's
to win
making
this
good
game.
use out of it though.
Needs to win this game or he will. Oh, I love the option, but don't die here, please.
Yeah, nah, you can't die after that. And he does not, like a good person should. And that's going to be an up smash there. Not really going to get the kill, but gets huge positioning, gets not a free bomb pull, but not a free bomb toss, and it does end up working in Deltaforce's favor.
Deltaforce is doing some crazy stuff with these bombs, throwing them up in the juggle situations. I'm loving every single time. He chooses a different option every time. I think he's trying to Z grab it, by the way, there. And he just messes it up.
I think bomb is one of those options that in the beginning of the game, I feel like was revered for being as creative as like a move can get. And I think we're kind of seeing like the revival of that mentality, because the bomb has been doing so much in terms of Deltaforce that, I mean, I can't even describe it in a way it's like, oh, it's this, because it's everything, really.
And now he's throwing the gyro up, just using all of the projectiles on the screen to be able to get a stock off of Zomba. Doesn't get the back air up tilt confirmed. Maybe the spacing just wasn't correct. And now we're seeing Zomba at 169%, still in this first stock.
Yeah, but I'll say a little hesitation on that second one after Zomba put out the gyro. Maybe trying to get the gyro on stage so he doesn't have to interact with flanking with that so often. Ooh. But kind of rough DI in that up air is going to force it an even game again.
Yeah, that's one of the hardest moves to DI in this game. I don't blame Deltaforce for not hitting it right there. Zomba will definitely take it, but, you know, Deltaforce, dead even game between these two competitors. Who's going to get the big opening on this? Yeah,
failed the Mario Party mini game, and now you lose the star.
Yeah. That is, you definitely don't want to be losing stars if you've ever played Mario Party, that's for sure.
For sure, but we got to get some points on the board to buy him out first, and these guys doing it in spades. Both sides are pretty much even.
Both sides are even. The
footstool didn't work, but the spot dodge made it work.
Yeah, I mean, like, footstool down air, even if it doesn't connect, is still a good option. Like, you're still threatening a lot of space that Link can't necessarily, like, contest very easily. So I still like that option coverage from Zomba, but still trying to get this stock on a ledge situation. He's been so good, but Deltaforce, again, has also been pretty good at getting out of them, too.
Right, I mean, Zomba, look at that. Remember what I said about, like, him being cold and sometimes not interacting? That's what I mean. He could have moved. He could have interacted and, like, done something bigger. He just stood there, waited for a mistake, and just let it happen. Got the stock from it. That's, I think, something that I feel like Zomba is so good at is when to stop.
Yeah, trying to get another juggle situation here. Gets the boomerang into the forward air. We are on last stock 0-0 situation. Are we headed to a game 5, or is Zomba going to close it out in 4 games? Oh,
we shall see.
This is huge from Zomba, adding a lot of percent on a ledge situation. I mean, Deltaforce doesn't have a lot of options in this situation, but goes high. Huge to get out of there.
Yeah, and for sure. And that is advantage save for Deltaforce. Kind of tripped up a little bit on that Zomba disadvantage. Was very good on that end. And the up air does not get the star loss for Mario Party, but he's going to have a lot more of a threat on him if he's able to get past his ledge trap.
Yeah, and Zomba going all the way into the bottom blast zone to try and hit him. Uses the bomb to get back. 166% on him.
He's got one shot.
Oh my God. He's going to need a huge combo here if he wants to win the game. He's at 182%. Most moves from R.O.B are going to kill here on the ledge. Can he find a huge opening to win this game?
Yeah, no need for a mash out of throw. An up throw would kill at this point. And the footstool downer of all things is going to make it happen for Zomba, winning in a Game 4 slugfest that saw the best on both sides.
That's how you know you are a clutch player. When you're in a last stock situation and you know what you need, and you just parry footstool downer.
Yeah,
instant.
I mean,
instant clean, easy from them. And Zomba moves on. He's going to be playing Syrup in Winners Finals. We have two of the world's best players who just happen to be in a similar region going at it here at Garden Brawl. So if you're just tuning in and you don't know what to expect, that's going to be what you expect. But what you can expect in the future from this channel is Collision 2025, August 22nd through 24th, a major that was already one of the best on the lineup, got an even bigger venue. You will not want to miss it. Register today and you will not regret it.
And I mean, the caliber of players that showed up there had just ranges from the moon. You got people showing up everywhere. And I mean, as far as the Collision events go, their production is on point here. We have Collision Series up. You can follow them on Twitch, on Twitter, on YouTube. And I gotta say, they upload their stuff fast. They got good records. I mean, They have some of the best production on the line.
Yep, for sure. I mean, Collision Series is also the home of Fusion. So if you want to follow them on Twitch, you can look at Fusion every Monday. They've got Rivals and Smash Ultimate. If you are in the New Jersey tri-state area, check it out. It's always a good time from what I've heard. I've not been there myself, but you know, it has been, I watch it online and I've seen some crazy things happen.
Yeah, it's quite bustling. There's so many people there, as are the people that are going to be in Undiscovered Realm for the Comic-Con event in White Plains, New York. This is an event that I think is going to be slept upon by some of these people that are at this event as like something that, okay, Smash is the side thing, but no, for a lot of people here, Smash is going to be the main thing. And while there is a lot of things to do outside of that, look at that prize pot. It's going to matter.
Oh, yeah. There's definitely going to be an opportunity to win some money. And we're also going to have an opportunity to crown a champion here at Garden Brawl. But we won't be here to see who is the champion of Garden Brawl. But you will be, and your friends will be, when you tell them to tune in. I have been Deltaforce, and you have been
Zomba.
Yes.
Hey,
okay.
man, we're better than that.
Yeah, I know. But yes, the Waffle Man and Waiuchi, our socials are down below. It's been a blast.
Of course, it has been. It's been so much fun to be in New Jersey for the first time in like almost 3 years, really. And y'all have been so welcoming, honestly. Because like I've seen the energy in this venue. It's been very positive.
Yeah. So don't go anywhere. We've got more action for you soon. Peace.
welcome back to the Garden State SmackDown. I am Ubel, joined by Momo on the mic here for some top 6 action here.